Well, here we go again. Here we go again. Once again, we have to deal with this ridiculous mindset that everybody hates Brie Larson because she's a woman. Everybody hates Captain Marvel because she's a woman. Everybody hates a female-led MCU movie because it's female-led. Enough is enough with this bullcrap. As you can see here, over on the twits, you got people who are saying the Marvels has been already hated by fans because in this film, the main lead character is a woman. And to make matters worse, just recently, Brie Larson reportedly is disillusioned with Marvel role after toxic backlash. Once again, we all have to listen up. You got to listen here. Look. People don't like Captain Marvel. Why? Because she's a woman. That's why. That's why they don't like Captain Marvel. Really? Look, I get it that, they're trying to find reason to explain why things are failing in the MCU. And I get that Brie Larson wants to find reason why people don't like her, and she just wants to make it because she's a female. I get it, but let's take a look at Marvel and everything that encapsulates when it's a female-led or bringing females into a project. All right. First off, they've been doing a whole bunch of bait and switch when it comes to the idea of bringing in different females into films. Hawkeye, for example, a movie that is named Hawkeye after a male character. You think, hey, at least the general audience, we're going to get a show that's about Hawkeye, this character that we've grown to enjoy watching for the better part of 10 years. And what do? Well, no, the show's not about him. It's about Kate Bishop, who is a, lesser character of the same ilk as Hawkeye. But is that truly the case? No. Honestly, in the comics, she's a very formidable hero. She's a very formidable character. But in the show, they would have you believe that, she's not as good as the man, so she has to prove that she's as good as the man. They keep doing this constantly in the MCU. Now, Brie Larson basically said she could be souring on her Marvel role. She may not come back as Captain Marvel because of this. The future of those Marvel icons was unclear. The departure of franchise anchors like RDJ, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson was already taking its toll as the shocking loss of Chadwick Boseman. The other MCU stalwarts were heading for the exits. Guardians of the Galaxy cast went on a farewell tour. Brie Larson, though, grew disillusioned, and Marvel tussled with Sony in a custody battle over Tom Holland. So even Marvel Studios understood that fans really don't like Brie Larson. Not only was the movie that she was in was just horrible, but her as a person, her as a human being, people just don't like her. They don't. So, on the online backlash of, they're saying Carol Danvers, the actress received, since joining the franchise, she said that she doesn't have time for it. She doesn't have time for the criticism, for the backlash of being Carol Danvers. But the fact of the matter is, it's not the backlash of her being Carol Danvers, it's the backlash of her. The movie was poorly written. The movie was not good. She portrayed the character horribly. But that doesn't fully explain the issue. Let's not forget it was the fans. The fans are the ones who pushed and we're excited to see Brie Larson take on the role of Carol Danvers. Everybody thought she would be perfect. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Her wooden performance just didn't hit with everybody. And that happens. That's okay. But instead of owning up and saying, you're right, I phoned it in, I didn't do a good job, I didn't give it my all. No, she got mad and started criticizing men, started criticizing that we don't want to see strong women in movies. And here we go. We got plenty of strong females, especially in sci-fi action movies that men and women have all adored, have all enjoyed watching. maybe it's not that it's a strong woman. Maybe that it's a poorly written woman. Maybe that it's a poorly portrayed woman. Did you ever think of that? So despite Marvel seemingly wanting to build the future of the series on the backs of Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, and Black Panther, when asked about returning beyond the upcoming Marvels movie, Larson responded, "Does anyone want me to do it again? No. No, we don't." Yeah, the crazy thing is, years ago, when they announced that they were making The Marvels, it's never been touted as a sequel to Captain Marvel. You know why? Because Marvel Studios understood that nobody would go see it. The first one, while it made $1 billion and really shouldn't have made $1 billion, while it made that much money, nobody would go see a sequel because of how poorly received the first one was. So what did they do? They padded 2 characters around her who are far more likable and enjoyable in their roles. Asked 3 years later if she'd want to return as Captain Marvel after the 2023 movie, The Marvels, Larson answered, "I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?" Marvel had expected that Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Spider-Man would be the trio of star characters leading the MCU into the new millennium, but that was no longer a future it could rely on. While speaking with the Ringer's The Watch podcast, Robinson followed up writing her book Painly, remarking the toxic backlash means that Brie Larson doesn't want to play Carol Danvers anymore. Marvel put Brie in a prominent place in the MCU. I don't know if Brie was the wrong person for the role necessarily, but the toxic backlash means that Brie doesn't want to play Carol Danvers anymore. Good, leave. Leave. Recast the role. If she doesn't care about the role, if she's too worried about, yes, there are going to be some people out there who are assholes and are against the idea of a strong female, but the majority of people don't care like that. What they care about is good story, good performance, staying true to a character. And you just didn't do it, Brie Larson. Enough with blaming all of this hate on your film, on your character, on men hating strong women, because that's not the case. We want to see strong women on screen. But when it's handled poorly, nobody wants to see that. Nobody cares. You know, it would be difficult. It truly would be difficult for anybody to find someone who doesn't believe that they can have both strong female leads alongside strong male leads. And we can absolutely have that. I don't know why anybody would think that we can't. But Disney and Marvel, they feel the only way to show a strong woman, or a woman as a strong lead, is to make the men lesser, which I think is not the right way to go. Because in doing so, Marvel and Disney are just showing that, well, women can't be as powerful, as strong, as impactful as a fully developed male. No, we have to dumb them down. We have to make them lesser than the woman just so we can prop the woman up. And that does more damage to women than just making a strong female character that is well written in a good story alongside a strong male lead. I don't know. I can't stand this. I'm so over it. Enough is enough with all this bullcrap. Let me know your thoughts about all of this. Can we just get past this feminism crap that is plaguing the world? It's not anymore about equality. It's about preferential treatment. That's what they want. They want to have preferential treatment over men, over anybody that isn't a female. And enough is enough. Brie Larson, you're a tool bag. You are screaming at the wrong people. Look at the studio. Look at yourself and say, give me a good script. Give me a director who will push me to be a better performer. I'm going to be a better performer. And then maybe, the audience will get behind you again. With all that said, guys, I'll talk to all of you later.